Qualifiers, European region. Vega versus FlipSid is our next game here on the 4th stream. Actually, we're 5th stream? 4th stream? 4th stream. 4th stream.
4.
There is a 5th
We don't
stream.
get Fantastic 5, else we could add the original 4.
Yes, but I will be on the. Actually, I'll be on the 5th stream after the next 2 series. I'll be there with obviously great co-casters. But now I'm stuck with him.
I know. You just got stuck with me. We had before this we had nice talks together, and now it's just turned into a bash fest.
It has. It has. We were friends once, and then we
we're bros now.
And then Dota. And then Dota
actually, that's what does happen to some Dota teams and players. Like, you're just like friends outside of the game, and all of a sudden Dota changes you.
You've changed, man. You've changed.
You have no excuse though. You're casting. You're not playing it. You don't.
I still feel the rage by proxy.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Actually, you probably still hate me for like leaving you that one time when we were playing together. I just left you to die or something, and then I got like a triple kill, and you were like baiting or something. I forgot.
That was when we were playing a custom game.
Hey, that's still raging.
When we're doing the impossible bosses.
Yeah. It's.
That was a while ago.
You have salt in you.
I have no salt, bro. I got no salt. Let's look at this game. Vega versus FlipSid. We're actually like laughing a bit about like their old names and everyone that's changed around a little bit. Obviously, Vega's been around for a while. Almost every single one of these names you'll recognize, like Seema, Solo, No One, FN, Mag, all very big names in the CIS scene. And then Vanskor, Seedoy. Netpun's probably the most under-ranked player in this lineup, but then you got Take Me Wild, also known as Crazy.
Wasn't Shashlo the original Power Rangers?
Yes.
Yeah, that's who we were trying to figure out from earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
I believe Vanskor also played with him in that original team, so did Seedoy.
I can't remember that far back. I remember Shashlo 100% though.
Yeah, he was definitely a PR boy.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright, so no ET, not a surprise. But a lot of cores left, including Beastmaster, including Lifestealer.
How is there like Slaughter and Lifestealer not first pick?
That's a big question.
Let's hear
Lifestealer, I can definitely understand the Beastmaster, like he wants to kill your offlaner. Picking up both the Lifestealer as well as the Beastmaster in the first 2, I don't know if that's really
I don't think Phoenix counters. I don't even think Phoenix counters Lifestealer. I think the counter to Phoenix is Lifestealer. I mean, you got a hero that can rage, hit the egg if you really want to, and then the way to counter Sunray is to just wail on people when they're open wounds and lifesteal.
A Vega gonna run Aura strat.
Trying to get that drow. Toby's drow is back.
I don't know if you run drow, but you could.
No, for sure.
But hey, Aluna already was taking a victory in one of the games so far in the qualifier for Europe.
We don't know if that game won though.
Yeah, we don't know.
But it looked like they were up.
Yeah. They were taking bottom rack.
They were taking at least a rack.
It looked very
promising.
Very good. But yeah, like it was the old strat, like Luna, VS, Beastmaster.
Secure a lot of Roches, get map control.
I'm trying to remember who else they actually had in the mix-up. I think Evoker slipped in and out of the Aura mix because of Alacrity. And he was Drum Builder as well.
Get double Necros. Get Invoker, just Invoker and Beastmaster get double Necro 3s. That used to be a thing back in the day. No longer a thing.
You remember back in the day it was when Necros were actually limited. So was Scythe of Ice.
Oh, that's way back in the day. We're talking about tournaments where you could only have what, 2 on a team?
We're talking back in 2007.
Yeah, that's like
when there was actually no in-game limitations because it was obviously a custom map of
There was
Warcraft.
actually... what about the... I remember in... Maybe this is 2008 and 2009 when you couldn't get Blink Dagger on Venge and Pudge.
10 seconds
That's what was in game. You couldn't actually buy.
They were blocked.
They were blocked.
It was blocked in Dota 1 too. Not in Dota 2 as well.
It was blocked for the first year or so or 2, and then they changed it out finally. It's like, why the hell can I not buy a Blink on Pudge? This hero is so overwhelming.
It was intentional though. It was intentional because you're just really worried about like.
Yeah, the Venge swap back then was pretty ridiculous already.
Yeah.
Plus Blink Dagger is pretty OP.
Yeah, so you just nerf one part of it, then you buff indirectly another item which balances. That's the way the Frog has done things forever. Yeah, but good old days, 2007.
Take you back.
Back when M-City were rolling the waters. Who else was big in those days? Zenith. Remember the name Zenith? Before
Zenith at TI1 too.
I am not talking about the TI.
I know what
teams.
you're not talking about TI1, but I'm just talking about like
3 years before TI was even invented is what I'm talking about.
No, I know what you were talking about, but I was relating to the people that were listening that will probably not understand what
the old XCTN, like the one that was good. Nirvana.
No, Nirvana,
where they had International, SG, Malaysia.
Nirvana OK was the eventual Online Kingdom.
That was a big time. Like that back in those days. Like Singapore and Malaysia had the biggest scenes of the world. Like no one compared to their numbers apart from China.
I feel like Garena was that symbolic thing for SEA in China.
And then it was bought out by S2.
Yeah.
S2 started pumping their games into it. They didn't completely buy the whole thing, but they did enough where, like, the Dota servers lost all support. It was actually GTV, which was one of the biggest allures as well. Not just the ability to play in the lobbies, but it was GTV. But that's when we saw like the creation of RGC and a whole bunch of other things.
No, RGC, I remember that now.
Hmm? Yeah. Level 1 Roshan.
We're Alliance now.
It's level 1 Roshan. They're calling it now. It's level 1 Roshan.
No, there's no way you do level 1 with the Phoenix.
This is actually this is a perfect game to run a Tinker. You push a Beastmaster into a 4 position. Stack up a lot of the camps after you get your initial farm. Then run your Tinker in the mid lane and then get a really solid off lane with AoE control.
It's banned though, sadly.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
I would like a Tinker ban.
Are they? Of course, Dakota has that. So we have a screen here which shows us the mainstream, and Dakota as well as Fogged are currently wearing really dodgy top hats.
Oh yeah, I remember that. His top hat isn't even a top hat. It's like Lincoln. We got Lincoln here.
It is really dodgy.
we got Abraham Lincoln.
I never said that's Lincoln. That's Lincoln on a budget.
Yeah, budget.
Hey,
budget
look!
Lincoln.
It's actually. We actually have the Invoker. We actually have we've almost got the full I
really want Invoker just to go Necro 3 here, just so we can have 3 Necro books. That would be insane.
You know, Vega potentially could do that. I'm still wondering though if this Beastmaster is going to be a 3 or 4.
It's still possible. It depends on how greedy FlipSide's tactics they want to do their core. A good core here, whew. Oh boy.
It's actually not advantage as well for Vega, the fact they get to see FlipSide's entire lineup before they pick up their 5th. So they're not really locked into it. So FlipSide, with this ban,
they should pick DP here. I think that's the best bet for them.
Is DP gonna be enough? I'm a little bit worried that she won't be able to.
Well, you can run over Invoker in the mid lane, especially that you have Earth Spirit and Phoenix, so you get control of that. Then you start taking towers with DP ulti, and then you can always have the core, last pick core.
I don't know if they got enough power to even take out towers. You're running an Earth Spirit, Phoenix, and Tidehunter. Already your D push is eh.
Yeah, that's why DP. You clear waves.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
You definitely need like you're talking about, you need another hero that can push out waves.
It wouldn't be too bad with the Earth Spirit rotation. You're right, she will actually crush the Invoker. But I feel like DP is not going to do enough.
There's no other heroes I'm not disagreeing with you, but there's no alchemist to slow this game down with acid spray or. Okay, so they're gonna pick their core now. That's very greedy. Very, very greedy considering it's against the Beastmaster, Venge, Lycan. These heroes, if they get on top of you, Terrorblade is just gonna melt. Because the problem is, Terrorblade, he's got incredible armor. But because they're building into these Necro books, you already have the Venge here. It's gonna get Medallion. I don't know, I think Terrorblade's gonna get shredded. But
I agree.
This is gonna be interesting to see if it works out.
You actually just need one last hero with a little bit of cleave.
They could even just Legion Commander for Vega, and that kind of screws over a lot of the Terrorblade images. But yeah,
you could also greedy. Just grab an Illusion Killer. You get something like a Lion.
Lion's very good,
for example, and then push the Beastmaster to the 3 roll.
I think Lion's the best hero here too.
Nice and easy to take care of the Terrorblade. You could go all in a little bit more, where you get the ability to remove the illusions by getting something like a Shaman. Then you have Mass Serpent Wards to go with your push, so if you're looking to force the high ground issue really early on, you're able to do that. You could also be a real dick and get Ursa Warrior. And actually
I think it's
really
just too greedy
to
though.
Roshan.
I want them to project.
Wait, is Slaughter even? Wait.
Slaughter has been through this whole thing.
Slaughter is still in the pool this late on when you've got such already high negative armor and great Roshan lineup from Vega. I'd be very concerned if I was FlipSid, because FlipSid have no way to easily, like, you can kick into Roshan, you can sunray to Roshan, you can create an illusion in Sem1, but you don't have a great way of contesting Roshan, because they've got no great jump control or vision, like a hawk, for example. Even Wave of Terror.
Alright, FlipSid, what are you gonna do?
They banned the Dazzle.
That's why I wanted them to pick DP last, because it looks like they wanted the mid hero, and that was the perfect one for them. And Terrorblade was probably not gonna get banned.
Yeah.
So it's just like...
It would have been very... Well, yeah, Terrorblade's been rising to popularity.
Yeah, it's rising, but...
It'll be very...
It's hit or miss,
yeah,
for sure.
Now, it'd be a question mark if you really thought they were going to go with Terrorblade or not.
Because in the... What we've been seeing is Terrorblade or Medusa. It's been switching off between those two heroes, it feels like. And this is a very good Dusa game. So... A hero that can go Lincolns for the Beastmaster. They might even go it themselves here, but that's very kind of greedy. But Vega are gonna get Roche no matter what, it feels like, because they don't have the DP. Like if they had the DP, they can contest, but without DP, there's no way.
Okay.
Another tanky core.
Well, they needed someone that could actually be the initiator. The downside is the DK requires either a Blink Dagger or a Shadow Blade in order to be that initiator.
Yeah.
I know like Dragon Form gives you a big range, so that does work for you, but up against this lineup of Vega, you got Raws, you got Swaps, you got so much control from the Invoker. The Lycan's very difficult to lock down and kill while you do have him locked down. And where is your lockdown? you got some kick, you've got...
This is next level, and I know it's not going to work, but if DK actually got a Crimson Guard this game, I don't even think it's that bad. But I do think Armlet's still better for farming purposes, for tanking purposes. That 10 extra armor is always
the ability
nice.
to fight when Vega is knocking
when
in
you're
front door.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking the prospects of a Vanguard plus Crimson on the flip side tactics right now is amazing against all of these heroes from Vega. That's why I would really like to see it on someone, but I don't... Tide has to go mech. Yeah. They don't need a pipe at all. Nope. But there's nobody else that can really go it, because Terrorblade... we have seen some Terrorblades go Vanguard, but I would not like to see it. I think the Dragonlance is way better on the hero. So Vega, like you said, they have Slaughter. I think Lion now it's...
Lion.
Yeah, so I think it's the best thing, like you said.
Wow, I'm actually saying correct stuff today. That's...
Oh, Toby.
It's the self-shameless bone. The bone. The bone.
It's just the best Terrorblade counter like you talked about.
Yeah.
And it's another hero that you need to support the Lycan in lane. Because
it's also really good against the Phoenix too, and even the Earth Spirit.
If you can get in the back lines.
It's to take out the support before it becomes a problem. And both VS and Lion are really great rotating heroes, which work perfectly. We actually have bets to do now. Let's
Alright.
Let's get away.
I'm gonna not listen to Toby at all so I can get everything right.
Will a tower be killed before the 10-minute mark?
Ooh, that's actually a tricky one.
That's actually really difficult.
Oh, I'm gonna say yes. I just say it.
When you got a DK on the field, I wanna say yes. But
you have Lycan and you have
no, because Vega's gonna focus on Roshan first, and by the time they're ready to go, I'm going to say no. I'm gonna think the tower's gonna go down around the 15-minute mark.
That second question is the easiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
What the hell? Of course it's Vega! You fool! You fool! Team who places the most amount of Observer Wards by the game's end.
I'm gonna do Vega.
It should be Vega, but they're also running a Hawk, so they won't need as many wards, but I'm going to say Vega because I think they'll have more money.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
First player to get 50 last
30
hits.
seconds to battle.
Got 30 seconds.
I don't know if I actually want to say Seedoy.
I'm actually going to say...
I guess, again, I don't think the mids are going to be keeping up with this. Like, the mids are going to start their rotations. So, I'm thinking the safe plan is just, do you think Terrorblade or Lycan's going to get more?
I'm gonna say, I think Lycan. Where's my Lycan? Where's my Lycan? Alright, we're good. Whew, jeez, that was close.
You need FN.
This guy, no, he copied me.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's FN. Wait, hang on. Yeah, none.
You're unable to change it.
It's just really
As
weird
a
when you
current,
see
none.
your pick is none.
Yeah, you're
I'm like,
yeah.
what? That's not right. I definitely picked something. Crazy.
Aloha dance here.
VS obviously gonna get the first 50 hits because he's already got one.
Yeah, got a D ward. Always missing those D wards because of these predictions.
No,
But
it's important, or else Valve would never put it there.
Exactly.
Another fun thing is with this top lane as well. The mana drain up against Shashlo. I guess one of these stupid little things that I've been seeing a little bit more and more from these support lines when they try and zone out heroes like Tidehunter. You just take away that really low mana pool, so there is no anchor smash anymore. So he's literally just crack and shell, and then you win the top lane. You win the duel just because of this.
Yep.
Because you can just like stand up against him, but they really want to try and find a kill here. Like you're not gonna get it. Like Seema's leveled up his stun. But the chance of catching Tidehunter out, like Shashlo doesn't have an observe ward on the side, but he's playing very, very defensive.
Yeah, and the reason why we chose Lycan is because the Terrorblade, he's gonna have to pop Metamorphosis, and he's gonna have to harass Mag at a lane. So he's gonna miss a few last hits here or there, and he's gonna go for this kill.
With a Sunray and the boulder forward, Mag might be in trouble trying to reach that tower. He does not have a Fairy Fire. The Sunray's gonna wear off, and well, quick salve. TP was coming, but it was not really required, so it ends up getting cancelled.
So, good attempt there. This is just funny. Whack, whack.
Oh, it's just really funny when you see a VS evenly trading hits with a Tidehunter. That shouldn't be happening. Another reason why we also pick FN, because he's able to move into the jungle. And this is probably going to happen because you want to give Seema space on the lane. Not just to get his levels, level 6 is definitely a big thing, but you need him to have the money for a Blink Dagger. And that's when, like, Lycan after he gets, like, his first bit of lifesteal, you do what EG does all the time. You just give them Morbid Mask, send them into the jungle, hello top lane, they're going to chain this off nicely with the Howl, they got a lot of bonus damage, the Hex is there, and Shashlo, he'll be the first blood, and it goes the way of the Lion, in fact, so extra money for him.
Yeah, he would have really loved to have the Invoker get that, just so he could get the last hit, extra gold and EXP, a little bit there. But unfortunate, no one's not going to hit that Sunstrike, still get the first blood.
I'm still fine with a Lion getting something like that.
Yeah, because then he gets his boots at least, eventually.
Yeah. It's just also seeing it go into a rotation. You're still walking around with smoke on the VS, and now both Solo as well as Seema have boots. So the rotation, or just moments like this, like again they run a Shashlo, he didn't get the anchor smash off, the Sunstrike helps to get the kill. And it goes the way of Lycan. So Vega 2-0 already on the board. This offlane Tidehunter not working out. He's level 2.5 and no Iron Talon question.
The worst part is he just used his TP. Look at all this EXP. This is when you want to be here with Tide. Tide is, I mean not Tide, Slacks is dead.
Yeah, we also have the mainstream on and Slacks has fallen asleep. Hang on, first tower. Okay, I might be wrong. Wait, will a tower be killed before 10? Yeah, I might be wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Oh, am I?
You're gonna be wrong.
Am I? It's just because the offlane's gone so bad for FlipSid.
I don't know. Did they use Fortify already? No. It's either gonna go down at 8 or 12. I think there's timings for this.
Seema's rotating in towards the mid. Oh wow, is it really going to tell us every time someone's placed an extra observer ward? Please no.
That's nice, at least I can see where...
when wards go down. I think it's every time the leader changes.
Oh. Well, that's going to be fun. It's one of those situations where if Tide just started in the jungle, instead of trying to contest the offlane, he would be a level 4.
Yeah. It's the Iron Talon thing, like, this got... like.
There's been so many discussions about it. And
there really has. Like everyone's put in their 2 cents for it. And the simple thing is, like, you just look at the top teams in the world. Like you look at Liquid, Newbie, and OG, and every single one of them are just like, you know what? We don't need no offlane. We take the small camp next to the offlane, and we also take the jungle. And we just abandon until we hit level 4, level 4.5. Come back to lane, and then we're good from there. Mid lane, this should be a good rotation. Manscore going to boulder forward, hitting on no one. Sunray turned on, Dragon Tail's unavailable with the Breathe Fire. A very quick pick on the Invoker. Seema going to rotate himself in. They're aggressive on the TP, but Take Me Wild didn't really have another stun or any other control up his sleeve, so...
You have to rotate just for this EXP though.
Yeah,
this is still really good for Lion, because he's going to get a lot of levels. Even though that gank worked out, it's Dragon Knight's still not popping his ulti yet, which he wants to. Like, if he can get his ulti right now, he's going to pop it because he has the Arcane Rune. But with Invoker TPing back to the lane as fast as he did.
They're going to go again. Power's out. They're holding on to the stun from Solo. And then she blow... Wait, what? Hang on, what did he just stun?
He stunned it, but it crackened it immediately.
Okay. Okay, it just didn't look like it hit properly.
This is funny.
Prediction up.
Oh, there we go.
Please give it a delay.
He's pausing for you, Toby. You're on tilt.
Please give it a delay. Full vote, please.
It's a competition, man.
Just full vote, please.
They're in that competition. Voice issues. I should say we have Toby issues. 20 seconds.
Wow. Yeah, well, you know I've generally got issues. Alright, so Vega are pretty much in the perfect commanding position they want. The Beastmaster's managed to find some really good levels, especially when you compare him to the Tidehunter being two levels above. The VS has found some really good farm as well. You're en route for the Vlad's timing from FN. So he just needs a little bit more and he'll have it. And then you look towards Roshan. The Dragon Form was triggered. Minimal to no damage being done to the tier 1 tower in mid.
He still wanted to trigger it though because he had the Arcane Rune. It's like value. So much value. I don't know if I wouldn't pop it either, but yeah, like you said, you're not hitting the tower once with it. Yeah, it's kind of questionable.
You could have waited just a little bit longer for it, but either way,
I would just go hit it right now. Honestly, he has a salve, and you want to pressure it while it's still up, but you don't know where the Invoker is necessarily, or the Lion, in which you could put yourself in a bad position. But if you have the ES right there, you should hit the tower at least like 10 times there. Go back salve, should be fine.
And you see how costly this is for the Tidehunter? Like he went back for the Iron Talon. And now, I guess, walking around, he's got a decent amount of money because he's able to farm up Ancient, so it's just kind of the perk of the Tidehunter anyway that he can catch up. But the Beastmaster has boots, he's got the ring above him, he's already had the Tranquils, he's now level 6. Mag has just had such an easier progression in this game.
My audio is kind of flipping a little bit.
Is it? That's not good.
I mean, it's just like, I don't know if it's delayed by a second now, or if it's what, but I'm hearing hits being delayed by a second.
Okay, that shouldn't happen. 3-man smoke maneuver. They're coming in towards Crazy. Cold Snap's going to be there. The kick actually catches Solo. The Sunstrike. Take Me One walks back into it. The Raw's over on Vanscore. They're going to get 1, potentially 2. The DK's got ball charges up his sleeve. Doesn't have a lot of Dragon Blood charges, however. And then Lycan instantly tries to pressure up the top lane. Shashlo actually having enough life, he's able to hold this top lane. With the rotation of Solo, maybe not feeling that the same way. And no taking the towers right now. We've got 2 minutes until the 10-minute mark. But there's a heavy rotation, even Seema's coming up. Vision for the Radiant side sees Solo, and that's why they boulder over. And this will put this push to rest, especially if Solo, they need to get a kick, they need to get something. Take Me While will rotate over, and Solo basically starts to fertilize that small bush.
It's okay.
TB. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
TB Factor Toby don't understand Dota. Got him, boys.
Hey, it's 8 minutes and 18 seconds.
Oh.
I am incorrect, and it will be Ryu who is coming.
See, you thought about so much the Lycan, you should get Parablade on the other side.
Well, now Vega, they jump in again, they're going after no one, the Sun's there. Vansko, however, taking a lot of damage. The Forge Spirit is ripping apart. The Sunstrike is able to hit. No one, too good.
Too good.
Obviously, he's an ass.
Got him.
Oh wait, what's the other predictions? It was the
ward battle.
First player to get 50 last hits. And we both said the Lycan.
Yeah. So
we were correct on that one. So then it's Roshan kill and team who places the most amount of observed wards. That's all that's left for
Watch
us now.
FlipSid get like, they go into the team fight and they steal Roche. Oh man, it's gonna happen.
That would be amusing. And then we were both wrong because we both have the same answers for the last ones.
Yeah. It's It's still looking kind of good for FlipSid here. All things considered, how bad the early game went, because Tide has his levels, he's got his arcane boost now, has the Ravage. Did they stack him? Yeah, he has this huge ancient stack to work with, so he's gonna have his mech. At a good timing. I think it's still gonna be at like 12-13 minutes. They can group up, tower push, whereas Vega, they desperately need to get something done in the next like 2-3 minutes before this Tide mech comes online. But I don't know if they can necessarily get Roche like right now.
If they can find a kill and create space, you want the tier 1 tower first. That's pretty much a no-brainer. But when you got Vlads and a Blightstone over on the Lycan, Roshan's only a matter of keeping FlipSid away from the pit. And aggressive warding like this from Solo and Seema is able to achieve exactly that. So they see Metpum rotate over. They're trying to wait for him to rotate down, or no, they're going to move themselves back over again.
Seedoy, they're going to catch him.
Yeah, nice position. There's your stun. Sunstrike's on its way with a follow-up stun. They do find the kill. And showing they even have a fishy delight.
I don't think I've ever seen a Lion not have any points in mana drain, but Solo.
Well, it works when you go for a full, like, gank kind of style. Yeah, Solo's most definitely dead, but you're fine. You just traded a Terrorblade for a VS.
Yep. I think it's still just good to have at least 1 in Hex and then 2 in mana drain. But that kind of makes it so you have to ferry like Clarities or something along the lines. Because if you don't have enough for your
Mag,
finger... Oh!
That roll's well off target. He needed that Sunstrike to connect. Sorry, not the roll, the Sunstrike. To connect. For him to find that kill. The ball's still going to make it difficult for Vansko to keep the chase going. So Mag will try and outrun this. He needs to turn to the east, however. Lion's coming in with Finger of Death. And now, while the Ravage pops, he can't get the finger off. Seema feeds himself. Shashlo knew the committal had to come, and that gives, in fact, now Seedoy a double kill. Dragonlance up. That's his first 2 kills of the game.
That was a little bit of not questionable play coming in from the Mag on the Beastmaster, but he could have played that a little bit better in that situation. He could have put the boar onto the Tide and onto the Terrorblade and slowed them both down, but he did it to neither. And Earth Spirit already used all of his spells, so it's like, what is Earth Spirit gonna do to chase me? So I think he could have potentially lived there if he had done that, or made it harder. So, but yeah, all they really need to do is have Lion go around, and he can get solo kills on this Terrorblade right now. So they have to be very careful for FlipSid to know that this Lion still has his finger active. They actually want him to use it, yeah, because it's such a long cooldown.
Vega's going to go for Roshan. Speaking of those long cooldowns without Ravage, they feel very confident to take this. And there's an Observer Ward, which was freshly planted right in front of the tier 1 in mid.
Oh, they need Magnetize so bad if they want to.
FlipSid know about it. Here comes the Illusions into the pit. Having a bit of a sticky beak, but Roshan's already going to go down. So FlipSid, all they can do is just get the revenge. They look towards the tier 1 tower in mid, and yeah, correctamundo. You may even get all 4.
We're going to be perfect.
The perfect prediction.
Only one can be perfect. It's okay, you called the Lion picks. That's all that matters.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
It doesn't matter about anything else.
At the same time, like, this would never have been the case if I
said Luna.
Well, if I didn't ignore the Terrorblade.
Yeah,
it's one of it.
It's okay. Lycan got the tower at 932 top, so you've still been wrong, Kobe. Got him. No, these predictions are really interesting. They had. It makes it a little bit more fun, too, right? So
definitely gives us more talking points.
Yeah.
Because the last one we have though is the obs to sentries.
Yeah, I've been taking notes of where teams have been placing. Both teams have amazing vision right now, at least for trying to set up in the enemy jungle for Vega, and also trying to see when they're going to be doing Ancients or when they're doing Roche for FlipSid. Unfortunately, like we talked about, Tide already used Ravage, easy Vega Roche.
Steam is playing AUI style. Hide in the trees. He wants to go for the Hex to attack, to finger, to stun, but he needs to know it's the real one. Hence, I say start with Hex, and then you throw down the lights, the Sunstrike.
The Light Striker Ray.
Yeah, I think
that hero's dead.
There's no Lena.
Dead hero.
Hey, God still plays her, but that may be because his girlfriend keeps cosplaying as the Lena.
We were actually like talking about that. One of the cosplayers Judges is actually on the panel. Are they gonna vote for her and stuff like that or something?
That happened at Epicenter.
Yeah.
Where the Russian panel ended up being judges, and two of the Russian judges had girlfriends in the Meepo squad.
Yep, but they didn't win.
Which were dressed up as the PL.
I was pleasantly surprised when you were casting it. It was pretty good, and the right people won, so that was pretty good too.
Yeah.
This Shadow Priest.
I saw the PLs up there. I thought they actually did a pretty damn good job.
Problem with that is just like 5 people working on it.
I completely disagreed with ESL1's cosplay choices.
Oh yeah.
That
was. Everybody was livid. Everybody wanted Clockwork to win that. Or.
Oh, you're talking about Manila.
Manila, I mean. Yeah,
Clockwork did well. I'm talking about ESL1.
Yeah.
I actually put Clockwork up high. Let's talk about the game though. FNG. Boulder. That was really short from Vanscore. Didn't even reach FN on the Lycan. And Vanscore, well, he's out of mana. Triggered his magnetized. Now there's not much more to give.
Not having magnetized is a pretty big deal when you can AoE silence. And the problem too, when you miss all those spells, you have no mana. Oh, at least he's got mana boots. Thank you.
Are they gonna push? Yeah, of course he is. Up into ulti form. Push through as hard as you possibly can. With Dragon Lance and Yashi, you're feeling pretty damn confident. Oh, hello, here we go again. Oh, we're okay. Nothing dropped. Tier 2 tower being ripped up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
No one in solo. They can't do anything to really stop this. Maybe they can deny the tier 2. And that was the attempt from solo. Don't really find that much as looks like FM was also trying to add a lot of pressure to the bottom lane. He baited out, taking while just far enough the line will rotate in the finger. The Sunstrike, FN, not enough damage. And now with Shashlo arriving, Seamer understands he has to get the hell out of here. The walls go on him. There's no need to actually trigger off the Ravage. They had that lion kill in the bag.
FlipSid are doing a really good job just reacting to everything around the map, pressuring, because they have Tide. And because Vega have this Beastmaster plus Invoker, the only thing they can really do is just like kind of split up the map, get, you know, these solo pickoffs, but FlipSid, they have the better team fight. So in this game, until BKB comes out on Lycan, I think it's going to be very hard for Vega to take these team fights.
And until no one gets some more progression, like he's level 11, but he's still running Midas and drums only.
Yep.
This Invoker is still a non-factor, yet it's 6-6 on the board.
So I think FlipSid have like a really good window here to put a lot of pressure on and potentially go high ground if they can get next Aegis or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So they have like a next 13 minutes is a good window for them. Because that's when Vega, they really need, like we talked about, Ags on Invoker. BKB probably Invoker too, but...
Vega are committing so hard. So you can say goodbye to the Aegis, the Veil of Discord. Oh, can they actually get it? There goes your BKB off from FN. So the mid-tier 1 tower does go the way of the Invoker, thanks to the Forge Spirits which were there.
That is interesting.
Your trade-off
not
is
going for
10-second BKB.
Necro.
It's fine him not going for Necro. You're already getting the Necro over on the Beastmaster, and potentially you can get one on no one if you want to, but he wants to have the maneuverability for now. So Blink take a purchase, and FlipSid are ready to go. No Necro books available for Vega at the moment, and with the Blink Dagger fresh over on the Tidehunter, you want to fight. You're in fact even going to smoke, baiting Vega out into engagement. Seedoy, he needs to actually pressure the issue against Vega, or else they're just not going to fight. And without that, Shashlo doesn't have his opening. The damn Dragon Lance is just so damn good, especially for a range hero sieging into a tier 3. Vega can't find a good initiation. If Solo comes too close, that he dies. It's just really that simple. You get a denial, so that works. Call snap on Seedoy. Remember, FlipSid still want to fight, maybe not when Metamorphosis is running out. But they definitely still want to have some kind of poke at Vega.
They'll just back out when meta down. And they're going to have a really good time going high ground now because they took out that tier 3. But yeah, I agree. He shouldn't go Necro Book for Lycan unless they plan to trade. Like the only way Vega can win in this game right now is kind of like trading tier 2s and tier 3s and even Raxus. Like who pushes faster is basically this game right now. So with his BKB build though, on Lycan, he's saying, I can't trade at all. We're just gonna have to find ways to team fight them and win the team fight, but it's gonna be very hard. I think this game for Vega Squadron is gonna come down to how well the swaps are from solo and how well they can find this Terrorblade on the back lines, because I don't see them like finding ways to really get in there.
See, I'm wondering if you can even deal with the Terrorblade in the back lines.
Like you can't. Okay, so you can't focus Tide unless you can get Necro Books on him and drain all his mana. But I don't think
that's just Beastmaster requiring money before he can do that. But the BKB over on the line can at least allows him to not care too much about the Ravage from Shashlo, but more importantly, he can just keep attacking into Metpum. So we haven't even seen a Nova yet, and this may be something else up in like Vega's mindset.
Yeah, but that's the problem, right? If you focus too much on the backlines as a Lycan, you're gonna have 3 or 4 images wailing on you from the Terrorblade. And that's what Terrorblade actually wants in these team fights. He wants you to focus his supports so he can just attack you non-stop. Terrorblade, however, doesn't have that much mana here, and they want to go high ground.
Stop updating the predictions.
Who's gonna be right? Looks like FlipSid.
Only Koro.
Chose wrong.
Poorly will be the word, poorly. Alright, so top lane's pushed in a little bit from Vega. It's not enough to come back, but level 3 Necro Books are there. And FlipSid, in they come. There's a little bit of a rotation out from the side. Seema getting FlipSid to just look behind themselves. The Necro Books moving forward. They're trying to take the mana off Shashlo, which is so smart, because then he cannot use both Mech as well as Ravage. You've only got one of the teamfight abilities, so now off we go. Solo dropping way too quick. Seedoy just having so much for himself. You may bring down the Earth Spirit, but what is going to be the cost? Shashlo still has the Mech, still has the Ravage. The Nova's going to pop, but that melee Rax is dying very, very quickly. The Sun from Seema catching 3 on the back lines, so they trigger off the Mech now from the Tide, and he actually still has enough mana to get that Ravage off. And Seema, they know exactly where he is. The observed wall positioning was perfect from FlipSid. So Seema will get burnt up. And now it's Vega who are in trouble. They lost their melee racks against this FlipSid lineup. You've got a push aura lineup from Vega, which has been outpushed.
Yeah, I think a little bit of misplay coming out there for Solo. He swapped him back, but he didn't instantly stun him. Instead, he decided, okay, I'm going to stun the Terrorblade so he can't go on anybody. But that made it so that Invoker, he messed up his Cold Snap Meteor combination. They could have taken out the DK if they had it, but yeah, this is the only way for Vega to really stay in the game. They have to get this group.
You can't do this though. Like Shashlo's coming in with a Blink Ravage. He's about to kill the entire of Vega. Solo's even so close that he's going to get hit by it as well. You blink out with no one, but Roshan, well, it's in the hands of the Lycan. But what's he really going to do? There's no ulti form. They've already brought down the Beastmaster, so you can bring him back to life. Metpum, trouble when he's battling up against Solo. He's locked on the hillside, wants to come back down again. A Tornado catching out 3. Sido will walk free. Solo, Wave of Terror is going to get the reveal off, but I'm waiting for this Phoenix to start fighting back. With Earn Charge over on Solo, he's overstayed his welcome. There's the Sunray. Phoenix actually gets the kill himself. And that's 2 heroes down for Vega. You take Roshan, but you don't hold the Aegis.
It's just really good. FlipSid, I think this Terrorblade pick is just winning them the game right now. It's not even Terrorblade, it's Terrorblade and Tide. If they didn't have both of these heroes in synergy, they would have had a harder time in this game. But
it's a hard life for Vega, especially with the group stage being the way it is.
Oh yeah.
Number 1 in the group goes directly to TI, so every single loss is so brutal because it takes that number 1 position away from you.
You feel it.
Obviously, you still want to get yourself good positioning going into the playoffs, but this is definitely not the dream. There's Wave of Terror out from Solo. They're going to start with a swap. They actually isolate Tammy Wild, but Vanskor on the back lines. The Nova is also down for the moment. Magnus wants to outrun. He's able to actually get out of range of the Nova stun, but still dies to the burn as well as the extra chase. Vega scrambling the defense. And a 2-for-1 trade-off, it ain't that bad, but you still lost your tier 3 tower as well.
Yep. It's just showing you how hard it is for Vega to actually initiate. Like, they don't have an initiate hero. Until Lion, like, Lion kind of just got his Blink Dagger, but even still then, it's no... You still need other follow-ups.
Yep.
On top of that, Lycan didn't have his ulti during that team fight either because he popped it earlier to run away. So not having that, can't get in close. Invoker, as we talked about, he needs to have a BKB so he can stand in on the front lines and cast all of his spells without worrying. And once they have that, Vega, I can see potentially taking a team fight. But until then, it's going to be Vega having to get a lot of split pick-offs around the map. They just have to find ways to pick up FlipSid. And FlipSid, they're just grouping up perfectly. They understand their composition, they're running it nicely, and they're not getting picked off.
Once the Blink Dagger's over on the Beastmaster, then I'm going to be a little bit more different about this. And I agree, like, Vega need pickoffs to try and get themselves more space. But if Vega get a couple of pickoffs, they can do a hell of a lot more damage than FlipSid can in a short space of time. Like, I know the DK as well as the Terrorblade are very, very good at pushing, but just Lycan with all the auras that Vega grant, that's also a huge amount of damage. They're just going to be at the right place together at the right time.
Right, but they still have no solution for the Tide Ravage. Like, absolutely none in this game. That is the biggest problem.
Oh, they found Seema. He has an Observer Ward down, so he knew what was coming at him. But,
TMW on the top side, going to get picked off here, potentially.
With Cold Snap, one more attack will do it. Vanscore is going to arrive as well. Turns on the Magnetize over on Solo. They bring in more helpers in the form of Cedoy looking for that Invoker. Do they actually have... Yep. I was going to ask if they actually have detection. They have a sentry ward they planted down.
Really good. At least both teams kind of taking out cores in these situations. Shaking out the Dragon Knight before he gets his BKB. That's going to help them out. Slow down. And also he popped the Metamorphosis. So that's getting that on the opposite side of the map is crucial right now. They have to slow down FlipSid as much as they can so they don't go high ground. But how much longer? Only 20 seconds? Do they still want to fight without Metamorphosis is the question.
Yes. You just finished up a Skadi over on a Terrorblade as well. Like, he's looking good. Your Ravage is up and running.
I think you have to wait though. I think that the go time is in 90 seconds though. You just farm and then you go.
I prefer him to see, like, just take the tier 2 tower and see if Vega will fight earlier on.
I don't think, well, yeah, you could potentially, you know, strut yourself out up at the top lane trying to bully down that tier 2 tower. But I think they're just, since there's no tier 3 in the bottom lane, it's just easier for them just to farm their side of the map and then just go to the bottom lane.
I can understand that. Yeah. It's just always a nice feeling when all the added towers are gone.
I understand that too.
Like, yeah, you just cleaned up your room kind of style.
It's like I can actually, after this team fight, I can go to the top lane. But since they're already up a racks, if they get the bottom racks, it's kind of game over in a sense. Because it's so early on in the game. It's going to be very hard for Vega to come back down 2 Raxes. Even though their lineup is pretty good at dealing with 2 Raxes down.
They need to be able to win the fights first, and that's where the concern starts to arise. Vega, 4-man group up. Are we looking at a smoke maneuver? Yep, we are. Radiant have no information about this whatsoever. So the rotation over, they're going to find, yep, and they do. Straight up Phoenix, the Sunspray is going to kill him. Don't need to commit anything more.
Smart. That delays the push another 40 seconds. The question is, do they get anything for that? Oh.
It doesn't delay anything by the looks of it. DK BT'd himself down to that bottom lane, and he's now walking around with the Dragonlance as well as one of those armlets. So the push up may be possible. The Hawk giving Vega visions. They know what fight they can get into.
Please, Sioma, place your ward before you lose the game. So I could be right.
Lion, jump in, looking for the opening. Seema in very, very deep. Soul's going to swap mount. The Ravage will pop. Actually reaching the Lion. The Tornado going to buy more space, but damn that Terrorblade. He's doing some work. Mag, he comes in close, but doesn't actually trigger either Necros or Roar, and Seema will die to Magnetize. FlipSid have the greatest fight they could have asked for. No one's going to get forced back. There is no detection on the field right now for FlipSid, not in the front lines at least. But they're coming in, and they're looking towards that bottom racks. No buybacks available for Vega.
Yeah, there's no way they can stop this. No way. And the problem there was TMW. Nice Dragon Tail. Just catching out Mag. not having Necro Books or even the Roar out is going to cost them.
It's very surprising that that could even happen. Like the Beastmaster, for all of his net worth, just wasn't there. And now they can rotate over towards the middle lane. Like just finish off the range rack, so a double lane of Raxing going the way of FlipSid. They're looking very good here. Obviously this is the first game for both of these teams in the European qualifier for TI6. And Vega is one of the teams that I think a lot of people would have put near their top 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Out of the European groups, which is quite hard considering just how close skilled all these groups are.
I put them kind of 5 because I think it's going to be between Vega and VP Empire. I think VP is the strongest out of the CIS teams right now. Maybe Empire. It just depends on like who's in their A game that day. So it's really hard to say who's going to come out and top on the CIS region, but FlipSid, you know, making a name for themselves here.
Waiting to see where the places wards, and then again, Vega are back in front.
I think the only way Vega had the best shot at winning this game is just them 5-manning with like 2 or 3 Necro Books and just out-pushing FlipSid. So their strategy, it was definitely there this game, but
execution was a little off.
They kind of veered from it, right? Because they got the BKB on the Lycan instead of going all-out push, and that's going to cost them a lot.
Here comes the defense, as Vega will force their way up. New Ether lands over on the Vengeful Spirit, so Solar can have a very deep swap in. It
No
may
mana
just
on
be
BK.
enough though.
Just kidding.
It may just be enough that they can get themselves a good pick. As you see Seedoy backing up, Solar's keeping his eye on the original. But that shapeshift already going to go down. That's why the Seedoy need to drag him up. The Deafening Blast pushing him back. Seedoy's dropping quickly. The Phoenix Nova's also up and make it down. Vega finding the picks, and they can move on to more. Ravage available for Sharslow, but while the BK beat up on no one, he does not want to expand this. Solo and FN in a world of hurt from Vanscore. They're magnetized with the boulder forward and the kicks doing work until Seema and FN are able to team up to stop it. Take Me Wild and Sharslow are on the retreat, as once again we're going to just spike up.
And then most. I hear Alacrity. Alright. Still the same deaths. So 3 for 2 at the end of the day. Still stream is live.
I'd have a quick double check in a second though.
Huh? It's kind of laggy though.
I might have just been looking at the wrong spot.
Yeah, Toby camera.
But double check anyway, just to make sure.
It should be playing. Although
it should be, which is the concern. That drop was for a little bit longer than before.
Good initiation though. Bench swap. They didn't have the mechanism either on or the Greaves from Tide either, so he couldn't really save the Terrorblade in time. The Cold Snap kept proccing and proccing. Didn't have that Manta style to purge it off either. So nice key win there for Vega, but can they do it again and again and again? So
that's a good question.
They're gonna need at least 4 more of those to get back into this, because I don't think FlipSid are gonna push without having buybacks. Unless they get Aegis and Cheese, and then they might consider buying out everything.
Here comes Vega. They're going to slip themselves inside the pit. Oh no, they're coming out for a fight instead. Looking for an opening. The loop around, so Solar's only going to find illusions. The Observer and Sentry is up from Vega. As they try and find, well, anybody, but they're all up near the Radiant Ancients.
Man, they could have had Roche already. That could be very costly, but
they wanted to kill first. Like, you can understand the security they were going for.
That just melts anyways. That Roche took 5 seconds.
Not long at all. Aegis goes into the Lycan. There's a Cheese, which goes into the hands of the Invoker. And he actually leaves his hand of minus on the ground in order to get that.
Now, all things considered, Vega are looking better right now than they did, I want to say 5 minutes ago, or even 10 minutes ago. Because they have to make this game go late, and they also need to have Aegis and Cheese, and they need to have their BKBs. So check. Everything's kind of checked off on my list. Next question for me is, can they still punish this Terrorblade? And they punished them last time. It's not going to be so easy this time to do it, and they can just do slow siege from FlipSid. All they have to do is just Metamorphosis, use the images, use Manta style, go high ground with that. Even Dragonite. Like if you bait the Dragonite because he's so tanky, they could have huge issues.
You make it sound so easy, but also very accurate. This is all the FlipSid need to do. To be really, really passive. Also, I don't know why my DK is like this.
Yeah, same. It's the set. I think he has a set. What's his items? Toby knows how to do that.
Hmm? Oh yeah, I could look at it. It's this little thing right here.
Yeah.
He has the Elderborn crest. Meanwhile, FM initiated on. Remember, he's still got the Aegis, the Immortal. Also a Solar Crest, making that hitting a little bit more difficult. Swap up. C-Doi gonna get stunned. Where's your Ravage? There she blows. C-Doi still burning. It's not gonna be enough. And he actually stunned us, swapping out the life. The Lycan is forced all the way out. Now Vega are the ones in a world of hurt. The buyback comes out from the Invoker, but they're still good to fight here, FlipSid. Tammy Wild's probably the only one they're concerned about being very low, but he can also armor toggle. EMP Tornado's not going to make this any easier, however. But they still attack into that top rack. The boulder forward. Coming out from Vanskor, trying to kick no one out. Just trying to create space for FlipSid to get Megas. Now they've got it, and C-Doi can turn his attention directly towards no one. Has to go into the Ghost Walk to escape. F-Ben's gone, and so is the game. GG FlipSid in just shy of 36 minutes. Will find a victory over Vega in their both teams' first game of the tournament.
It was really good play. It was an amazing play by Vengewap there, but an even better play coming in from Tide. Shoshlo with that 4-staff save, the Grieve save, even the Ravage helping out there. If that TB had went down, that could have been a really good turnaround for Vega. They could have wiped them, and then they could have immediately went down middle and forced a lot of buybacks. So with that one save there, they pretty much ended the game.